y'all, did you miss me? Today's video is going to be the 6 common stereotypes that foreigners get in Korea. And some of these stereotypes, most of them are Koreans, what they think of foreigners, and also some stereotypes that are perpetuated by foreigners here. Not everybody believes these stereotypes, obviously. They're just kind of general ideas that are wrong, I find, about foreigners in Korea. So let's start with number 1. All foreigners are from America. I don't know why a lot of Koreans seem to think this. Maybe it's just the ones who are kind of more just unfamiliar with foreigners in general in Korea, usually older people even. But I've met like a ton of people who are not from America. To be fair, I am American, but I've met Brazilians, Canadians, Australians, New Zealand, I've met Russian people, I've met Spanish people, French people, German people, so many different nationalities in Korea. So obviously we're not all American. I think maybe because there's just a lot of American military here, maybe that's why. But I've met more Canadians here than anything else. Number 2, not all foreigners are, and specifically Americans, are unhealthy. I'm trying to think of the most polite way of saying this. We're not all really, really big. And specifically, this is for women. One, where we don't all have large breasts. And this one personally frustrates me because I have a small chest. And I actually have been asked by my Korean friends why I don't have big boobs. It's like, even though I'm thin, they still expect me to meet this expectation of having really large white woman boobs. And I don't. And I don't know why they think it's okay to ask me this question, because I feel like it's a very sensitive subject for some people about not having boobs, and it's just not very nice for people to ask, those kinds of questions. It's rude. But seriously, even in videos, I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, when you come to Korea, make sure that you can find, you bring your own big bras, but that's never been an issue for me. And then another stereotype for women would be that we're promiscuous. And I have found that within my dating experiences, there were a couple of guys, not all of them by long shots, but there were a couple of guys who expected something from me that they were not gonna get, because I am a sweet Southern belle and we just do not do those kinds of things. So they got their opinions changed. Number 3 is that foreigners don't like spicy food. And this one drives me up the wall, because being from Louisiana, I was born and raised on spicy food. It is my favorite kind of food, and I am in fact a little bit of a heat seeker even. And it drives me up the wall when I will order a dish, my Korean friend across from me will order the same dish, and hers is spicier than mine. Even when I look the waitress in the eye and I say to her, give it to me Korean spicy, and she looks at my friend and she says, yes, give it to her Korean spicy because she can handle it, and I still get a watered down white person version of it. And that just makes me so frustrated. It's just not fair. And even the best part is that my foreign friends who can't handle spice are very aware of it, and they're always really, really careful and like ask the waitresses and waiters, is this spicy? Can you make it not spicy? Like, they're so careful about not ordering spicy food. So when I order something spicy, please give it to me spicy. Just give it to me. Or I'll be mad at you. This one's a really negative stereotype that I find extremely irritating, and it's more of a stereotype I find amongst the foreigner community, and that's something I find very interesting. And it's basically that all foreigners who are teaching here specifically are paying off student loans, or they had no other choice and they couldn't find a job in their home country. And this is horse hockey. Obviously. It flat out makes me angry. I have been talking to foreigners who have made that kind of statement in my presence that, oh, well, I'm just here paying off student loans like everybody else. Like, oh, I'm just in Korea, whatever, but as soon as I pay off my loans, I'm gonna bounce out of here. And that makes me angry, because I knew 2 years into university that I was coming to Korea to teach, and I love teaching. I've been here for almost 2 years now, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else right now. Do I think I'll stay here forever? Probably not. But do I enjoy the heck out of living in Korea and how wonderful it is and how personally I love everything about this place? Yes. And am I gonna be offended if you suggest that I'm only here because I have unfortunate circumstances? Yes, I probably am going to be a little miffed with you because it's rude and completely unnecessary. Like, Korea is a wonderful place with lots of things to offer, and there are quite a few people who've come here because they want to be here. And I'm not saying that if you're paying off loans or you couldn't find a job at home that you don't appreciate Korea. That's not the case. I'm saying when they add this negative connotation, like you had no other choice and you'd rather be, I don't know, in prison or something than here, you know, you're gonna get verbally slapped by me. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 5. Just because I'm a foreigner does not mean that I like Itaewon, and it does not mean that I live in Itaewon or that I go to Itaewon that often. In fact, I pretty much avoid Itaewon for most of the year. I've probably been to Itaewon maybe 6 times. I never party in Itaewon. I've been there for Halloween and because I want to try some like interesting exotic foreigner food that's probably not American. So no, I don't live in Itaewon. I don't even like Itaewon. Like, why would I come to Korea just to go hang out in like the most foreigner? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I do that? And number 6, that Western girls don't date Korean men. And this one I find very interesting because this is actually one that's kind of perpetuated by foreigners too. I have met some foreigners here who don't want to date Korean guys for whatever reason, and it's not, you know, racist or anything like that. It could just be a cultural difference. But in general, I found that the people who come here are usually more open-minded and more open to the idea of dating outside of their race, culture, or nationality, or whatever other reasons. And I'm one of them. I have dated Korean men. I've dated quite a few Korean men. And while sometimes their stereotypes of me can get in the way, as well as cultural differences, I found it to be, in general, a really rewarding and fun experience. And while my boyfriend now is not Korean, he's Vietnamese American, I find it interesting that people that I just meet who are Korean are sometimes surprised that I have dated Korean guys and that I'm totally okay with it. Because apparently they just thought it's not something that I would do as a foreigner. So yeah, those are the stereotypes in Korea, and those are obviously not all the stereotypes, and obviously not everybody believes these stereotypes. They're general stereotypes that some people believe and some people don't. And some of them are perpetuated by foreigners, so there's that. But yeah, those are that, that's that, and yeah, see y'all next time. Bye.